digital media industry in Toronto. Kind of ranted and raved and fell back a little bit, and I said to myself, in Toronto, we have this amazing tech-savvy community. I think this is replicated all across Canada. But why is it that with all these tech-savvy communities, all these connected folks, why is it that we don't understand more about our industry? Why do we have to rely on all these third-party entities to measure our industry? Why can't we, as a community and as an industry, get together, band together, put together our creative surplus, our cognitive surplus, and our understanding of the industry to better understand the kind of community that we work in, the space that we're always working in every single day? So that's how this whole thing got started. And that's what led me to Vancouver today. And all of this was fueled by a man that I know. And I'd like to tell you a little bit of the story of this person who decided that he wanted to build a life. He came to the country in 1948. He had no money, he had the clothes on his back, couldn't speak the language. He came here with his wife. And they moved into a small place in Toronto, 129 Gratiot. It was a small flat. They shared a bathroom. Didn't have a kitchen, but what they did have is they had a suitcase and a burner. That's how they cooked the meals for a long time. And he decided he had to get a job, so he got a job as a tailor, working in a tailor shop. Building suits, dressers, pants, that sort of thing. That's what he did, that's what he was good at. And his wife worked in the dressing industry. She's a dresser. And at the time, it was stores closed, so what they did was they took their abilities and skills, and they made clothes for new. And many, many years later, he retired to a small town north of Toronto, hometown. And when he moved to the town, he noticed that there was something missing. He noticed that there was a very big Jewish community in hometown. So what he decided to do was, well, I'm going to make something. I'm going to build something and coordinate some efforts to design and build and erect a memorial for those who died in the Holocaust. So he went out and he raised money, he got approval from the city council, and he found an artist to design this thing, and what they did was they built this memorial for those that died in the Holocaust. And that person was my grandfather.
Oh, wow.
62 years later, I came to the city to tell you about a legacy that I would like to build. And that legacy is a research. There we go. That legacy is a report on the Canadian digital media industry. More specifically, interactive media. Everything online, on the screen, on the mobile device. That's what I'm interested in. That's the legacy that I would like to build. It's not a legacy just for myself, of course. I think it's a shared legacy, something that we can all be proud of. And that's what I want to talk to you about tonight. What are we doing? Well, we are conducting a research study that's going to shed light on the size and scope of the Canadian digital media economy. I know that sounds very daunting. It's a massive undertaking. And I have no fantasy of how difficult it's going to be and how long it's going to take, but I've got some great ideas for how we're going to do that. First thing we're going to do is create an all-encompassing industry classification system. How many people here are familiar with the NAICS classification system?
Nope.
Some people. Scan?
Okay,
so there are some people. If you look at that system, most of the people that work in it, well, actually all the people that work in Interactive are bucketed pretty much into 2 different categories. Software developers and graphic designers. Well,
sorry.
I don't know about you, but I am neither one of those. At least I wasn't one, right? But I mean, if you work in the industry, that's pretty much where you're bucketed. Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense. If you're a mobile developer or you're an information architect, how does that fit in graphic design or software development? Well, it doesn't. So what we're going to do is we're going to instead survey companies to understand what their corporate structure looks like from a digital perspective, and build a classification system that actually works for our industry. Build a classification system that is indicative of our industry's true structure. We're also going to do some industry size measurement and reporting. So we're going to attack this from 2 different angles. The first is from a top-down perspective. So understand how many companies are operating in this space. Again, that's stuff that's the data that we don't have. We don't know how many companies are working in the digital media industry. Any guesses?
10,000.
10,000? Any more? 1 million. 1 million? Both could be right, but both could be wrong. But again, it really comes down to, well, we don't know. So that's the first part of the question that we're going to answer of how big is our industry. The second part of it is how big is the workforce? Well, again, this is data that we don't have. And while it exists in certain areas, in certain pockets at a provincial level, a lot of this data is really old. The funny thing about StatScan, is anybody here from the government? Nobody? Let the plan begin. The funny thing about StatScan is that they will do their research. Now, if you attend a post-secondary educational facility, I'm sure you're going to college and university. No way. Okay. Well, as a taxpayer, you have to pay for them to collect that data. But then, when you want access to the data, guess what?
Gotta pay again.
You gotta pay for it twice. So they're putting it behind the paywall, so they're basically double dipping in the report. I think we should change that. Finally, we're going to connect some work